Hello, and welcome back to the Foreclosure Deals Coach Podcast. Thank you. I am your host, Donny Coram, and my mission each and every week is to educate you about building income and wealth with foreclosure investing. Please don't forget to follow, like, subscribe to this YouTube channel or wherever you consume your content. On today's show, we're going to talk about the 4 steps to getting started in real estate investing here in 2023. But as always, let's kick this off with our typical mindset pitch of the days. Let's bring it up today, a little mindset thought process. We've got Robert Kiyosaki, the great real estate investor, who says real estate investing, even on a small scale, remains a tried and true means of building an individual's cash flow and wealth. Now, if you've read the Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, and if you haven't read that book, let me tell you, go out and grab that book, read that immediately, because I want to take you on a flashback here, okay? So my story about this is understanding as I was working in the IT world, okay? So I'm a software tech for a local software outfit. I've just had my first young daughter, Izzy. She's now 19 years old, okay? So 19 years old, I'm working my day job and realizing that I wanted to get into real estate investing as so many other people, as just like you tuning into this show, wanted to get going. So I picked up a copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and I learned in a very short time in that book how important real estate investing was. I knew I had to get started. I just didn't know where and what the first steps were to getting going. Does that sound familiar? Are you dealing with that right now? Analysis paralysis on where to get going? Well, what I did is I headed out and I actually got started doing real estate investment conferences and attending as many different events as I could, because I figured I needed to meet people to really get started, to really get going in this industry. Well, at one real estate investment conference, I met what I considered at the time to be a guru. The guy's name was Michael Jake. Now, Mike Jake wasn't even really a coach at that point. He was just specializing in doing real estate investing at a very high scale. So I'm following with him. I'm talking with him after the thing, and I explained, hey, I really want to get started. He says, you got to keep it simple. You got to focus on one aspect of the real estate industry. In his case and in mine, the focus was on flipping. Although he did a ton of subject to deals, at the moment he was looking to build capital through flipping and build wealth through doing subject to passive investment deals. So you fast forward from that point, and the takeaway here is your mindset needs to start with, even if you get started on a very small scale, anything you can do to get going in this industry is critical, because it's a tried and true means to get there. In my case, I'm going to teach you on this episode the 4 steps that'll help you to get rich in real estate investing in 2023, but you've got to do even a small scale, a small amount to really amplify this. Is all it's going to take is 1 step. So I want you to listen to these 4 steps I'm going to hit you with on the show today on getting started in real estate investing, getting rich in real estate investing in 2023. And then I want you to pick at least doing 1 step from one of these that fits best with you, that fits your lifestyle, that gets you really going on that. Is that fair? Can you guys pick one of these 4 methods today and get going in real estate investing? I know you can. Let's jump right in. We're going to talk about it right here and now, okay? Number 1 is house hacking. Now, you've probably heard this term quite a bit. And the idea on this tactic of house hacking, because remember, on this show, we discuss mindset first, then we discuss tactics, things you can take action on right now, and then I give you a couple of tools that you can use to do it. So step 1, house hacking. What is that? Well, the idea behind house hacking is purchasing a property and living in one unit or one bedroom while you're renting out the others. Now, this is an excellent way to get started in real estate investing because it allows you to generate income while reducing your living expenses. Give that some thought, okay? You're trying to make an income here. You've got your day job. At the time I was a software engineer making maybe $50,000, $60,000 a year, okay? It was enough to cover my bills, but by house hacking, you can add, let's call it, if you got a 4-bedroom house, okay? You're fortunate, you're not using 3 of those bedrooms. You can put tenants in each of those bedrooms at a $400 to $500, maybe $600, $700, depending on your market, okay? Where it's now bringing in an extra $1,200, $1,400, $2,000 a month. In the case of 3 bedrooms, you could house hack at $700 a month. You can be making an extra $2,000 a month. Now, this is going to serve 2 purposes. Number 1, it's going to get you used to being slightly uncomfortable with real estate investing. Okay, the idea behind this procedure is if this were easy, then everybody would be doing it. So why is this limited to a certain subset of people who do this? Well, the answer to that is they don't want to be uncomfortable, guys. And I got to tell you, the key to house hacking, what's neat about this, if you can buy a duplex or a 4-plex, etc., this has been going on for years. That's a hard market to break into. You need more money down. They're harder to find in my market. They may not speak for your market. I tell people to start with single-family homes in general because they're easier to finance and you can get into a deal faster. But with house hacking, you're learning how to produce an income through real estate investing, which is ultimately what I offer on my course. When I coach people, I'm coaching you through your first flip with a guaranteed return on investment, a guaranteed income at the end of that deal of $25,000 or more, or I will work with you until we obtain that objective. Well, house hacking is going to start putting money in your pocket in the form of monthly rental income on day 1 that you get over the idea of putting a roommate in your primary residence if that's where you are in life and that's how you need to get started. Just this one small thing is going to catapult your entire real estate investing career. All right, let's move on to number 2. So the second way you can get started on a small scale in real estate investing is wholesaling. Wholesaling now is the process of finding discounted properties and then selling them to investors at a profit. This can be a great way to get started because it doesn't require a ton of capital and your credit doesn't matter in wholesaling. Why don't I teach wholesaling? Well, because wholesaling is the small money side of real estate investing. If it's where you are and you got to take small action or start small to get going, I approve of it. A lot of my students get in without the initial capital to get going to do their first deal. So we turn to wholesaling as a way to doing it. I don't teach wholesaling directly, but it's not really rocket science. You got to buy low or get a property under contract for a low amount and assign it. In my coaching product, I'm actually a wholesaler in a lot of ways. So it's not that I don't approve of wholesaling. I'm just doing what I call structured wholesaling. I am tailoring the flip that you do as a first-time flipper to your specific experience, area, and skill set. Okay, so the deals I'm wholesaling to you, I do add a little markup. This is how I monetize the coaching. 1, there's an upfront fee to get into coaching because if you're not willing to make an investment, then you're probably not going to make it. And there's a bunch of free wholesaling courses out there, a bunch of free information. Why are so few people actually succeeding with that free information? Well, because the information is worth what you paid for it. Okay, so if you really want to transition, that wholesaling is a great way to start. But if you want to get rich with real estate investing, keep in mind, this is not just about making an income, which wholesaling can do for you, but rather building wealth in real estate over the long haul. One way is to house hack. Number 2 is to wholesale. This will get you the income that you need to actually make the big money, which is where we get to flipping. We're going to talk about that as part of these 4 steps. Moving forward, we've got real estate investment trust. This is number 3. Okay, a real estate investment trust, or REIT for short, is a company that owns and operates income producing real estate, basically a small hedge fund. So you can join into a real estate REIT. Now, this is great because I offer a REIT to local private investors here in town where I invest their capital into real estate for my students, for deals that I buy myself. See, there are people out there who have money but don't have the time or desire to get their hands dirty in a sense by either wholesaling or flipping. So you can invest capital. I've seen REITs out there as low as $5,000 where you can put money into real estate investing. This is a small thing on the scale of real estate investing, but it can take you from a state of inaction to a state of action. So you want to look up REITs out there, and if you're in a market or you want to invest in Colorado Springs real estate where my REIT is set up, reach out to me. This is a way to take money that's currently making in your mutual fund 4 to 6% and quickly turn it into a 7 to 9% return or even more. There are REITs out there paying drastically more, but again, remember risk versus reward, okay? This provides the benefit of diversification in real estate because REITs typically invest in a variety of properties and you're getting a return on investment on the total return of the REIT. Generally, again, what I'm offering is somewhere between 7 and 9%, but there are REITs out there in all ranges. By taking this action, you again are getting used to the idea of receiving an income from real estate investing. We're trying to change your idea and get you from a state of inaction thinking about doing real estate, which, let's face it, a lot of you have been thinking about it for a very long time, to actually taking action, to doing something with the information that you have. Number 3 is REITs, and you can start investing in a REIT right away with a small amount of capital while you are building your real estate knowledge and capital to do the big money, which is flipping. Which, of course, brings us to my 4th and final how to get started and get rich in real estate investing, which, of course, from the Foreclosure Deals Coach, is foreclosure flipping. Foreclosure flipping is involving the process of finding and purchasing properties that are in the process of foreclosure or have already been foreclosed on, and then renovating and selling them for a profit. With my coaching product, you're going to make a minimum profit on your flip of $25,000. Now, if you're trying to get rich in real estate investing, it is just a math equation. How many houses do you need to flip in your career to achieve your financial objective? Listen, it's really a question of what do you want? And if you can't clearly define what it is you want, it's very difficult to get it. If you don't know what steps to take to get started, it's going to be very difficult to achieve your financial objective. So by getting into coaching, you can skip these 4 steps or the time it takes to get through these 4 steps and start investing in a foreclosure flip today. With my coaching, you're going to get the process of finding the deal. So I'm going to work with you to find it. We're going to analyze that deal together. I'm going to help you to fund that deal using my network of private and hard money lenders. We're going to flip that deal using my vetted contractor list and then Then we're going to flip that deal at a minimum profit of 25 grand. This is a turnkey coaching product, not the idea of mentorship or training that is so prevalent out there in the industry, but rather actually doing deals live with people who want to achieve the success of real estate investing by doing it. Okay, and I really want that to be the takeaway. You're not here to get theory. You're not hoping for more market knowledge. Okay, you probably have everything you need to actually do a deal. What you're lacking in most people's case is the coaching, the hand-holding, the ability to really take you from zero to actually getting a deal done. So I'm going to give you an example of that, because every week we do a deal analysis in Privy, the software that I recommend for people just like you to get started in this. And then once you've got Privy, or when you're ready to go, you want to sign up for a free coaching call, take my assessment, let me show you and see really if coaching is the right fit for you. But here's an example of somebody who it was right for. So these are clients of mine, Stace and Courtney, and I'm so excited because you kind of get these things out of sequence. When you guys see this video, life has happened. We record these a little in advance, right? But while we were on the way to recording this show, I was working with Stace and Courtney for their first deal, which is going under contract today. Okay, now think about that. Where would you be right now if you knew you could get a deal done right now? How would you feel about that possibility? Well, Courtney is living proof, but let's take a quick look at this deal. I'm going to show it to you in privy. So we're going to do a quick deal analysis on the deal that this client I helped find, I helped fund, and now they're going to profit well past the guarantee that I offer of $25,000. But your mileage may vary, but the point is they got involved, they took that first step. So the property is on Sanderson. Let's just put this in here. I'm gonna share this out so you guys can see it. Here we go. Got it? All right, here we are. So this is the after, okay? And I really got to hand it to Stace. Stace says, I had no idea, and he mentioned he was pretty handy, okay? But there's a lot of guys out there who say they're pretty handy. The work on this property went way past pretty handy. He did a wonderful job. Stace did a lot of the work himself, which I do not recommend. But if you've got the skill set, certainly you can increase your overall profit margin by doing some, if not a lot of the work yourself. It does slow you down a bit, right? But look at how gorgeous this property came out. Let's talk numbers here a little bit on the Sanderson property. These guys picked up this home for $285,000. Got it financed with one of my local private lenders. Okay, so I helped them with the financing. They put way less down than they were going to have to put as a first-time home buyer, first-time flipper, with their first investment property. So less money out of pocket. The remodel took about $65,000, $70,000. Okay, so we're going to say 65 grand of remodel. And let's worst case scenarios, okay? We're going to say $70,000. We haven't got the final tally. Plus, we were at 285 when we started. So 285 plus 70 is 335 that their total investment into this property is before the cost of funds, okay? People are asking, how am I going to make a profit of 25 grand? Well, after you buy the property, we add the remodeling cost and then we sell it. That's where your profit comes from. Gross purchase price minus rehab, minus purchase price, minus cost of transactions, real estate commissions, etc. Okay, so we don't know the exact final number, but what we care about is that it's more than $25,000. In this case, we're listed, the contract we're going under, look at this purchase price, $440. Okay, we got a full price offer on this property, minus some closing cost concessions of $5,000, so $435. Remember that we're into this property, okay, for $355. $435 minus $355 is, wait for it, $80,000 gross. Okay, now we're going to have some costs of funds, we're going to have some commissions and etc. But my clients on this deal are going to walk out with a $60,000 or more paycheck for doing their first deal. Okay, so are you struggling to get through your first deal? You're not alone. Don't feel bad about that, but understand that by getting coaching, I can take you from that analysis paralysis that you are to actually finding a deal. That's where a lot of coaching products fall short. Okay, is I'm going to work with you to find the actual deal that you're going to do, help you to analyze the deal using Privy and other resources. I'm going to help you fund the deal. We're going to fix the deal like these guys did together, and then we're going to flip the deal at a profit. You want to get started? Sign up for a free coaching assessment call right now. Let's determine if this is the right fit for you, because being honest with you, coaching is not for everybody. Okay, if you're not in the right mental state, the wrong financial state to do this, I'm going to tell you that as an honest coach that this may not be the right fit, and we'll discuss what the next logical step in your real estate journey is going to be. But guys, anybody who really wants to do this, anybody who wants to change their lives through real estate investing, can actually do this. The key is taking action. I am so proud of Courtney and Stace for doing so and actually doing their first deal where they're making real money, the kind of money people work for an entire year. They're making in one deal because they took action and actually did the deal. Does this describe you? Do you want to be the next success story? Schedule a coaching assessment call. Let's work together and get that deal done. All right, so on this show, we discuss mindset, then tactics, and then tools. We're gonna hop back into Privy so I can show you if you're gonna start foreclosure investing, I'm gonna teach you how to find deals right here in your local market that are heading into foreclosure or are already foreclosed. So let's hop back into Privy. We're gonna screen share back over there. You can see here that we can now do a search by location. We did a specific address search last time, so let's put in the location. I'm in El Paso County, Colorado area. So if you can go by county, you're gonna get a wider range of houses you can look at, right? As opposed to city or zip code. So I try to search by county wherever I can to give me the most data. Now I wanna find, there's a quick filter here. You see this quick filter? It says foreclosures. Use that. You can also get pre-foreclosures, people that are currently in the foreclosure process. What are you going to do with that information? You can reach out to them and negotiate a better deal because you know they're motivated. If the property is already bank owned, and we're starting to see a lot more of those in markets all across the country, you are now talking to the listing agent or working with your buyer's agent to negotiate a price and get that deal under contract. Let's run the search. Find out what comes back in El Paso County, and kind of as expected, there aren't a ton of foreclosures in this area, right? Because you're getting a lot of stuff that's definitely in pre-foreclosure, so it should have pulled that, but it didn't pull a ton of foreclosures at this moment. There we go. Okay, it just didn't get the right search. Here we go. So these are houses that are either foreclosed on, as in they're bank owned, or in their process of foreclosure. It's always fun to look at the luxury properties. I am not recommending buying a luxury property as a foreclosure flip, at least not for your first one, but it's always fun to see. Look at this. This house is a $1.8 million house that is either in foreclosure or is in the process of being foreclosed. A lot of the home has been, it's a short sale, meaning they owe more on the property than it's worth. So they are motivated to sell this property and they want to sell it quickly. Well, what's it worth? They're asking 1.8 million, which is not a place we want to start our searches, but it's fun, right? So the listing nearby, 0.04 miles away. Okay, look at this property on Napoli Way, 0.04 miles. So a well-placed rock could hit this property from where we're standing on the property that we're looking at right now. It's a little bit smaller in square footage. It's about the same age as our property and sold in April. So just a few weeks ago for 2.25 million. So if we were to buy this property for 1.8 million it's listed at and sell it for 2.25, this is what it needs to look like to get there. Once again, I am not recommending doing a luxury property as your first flip. What I'm saying is now we know the value of the home we're looking at, and we also know the condition of the property needs to be in when we go to sell our property at a profit. In this case, it's a $400,000 spread between the asking price, 1.8 million, and the $2.2 million sale price of the nearby comps, okay? This is not a great place to start as a starter, but this is definitely a deal. And we found that on Privy using the foreclosure search engine. If you haven't done so already, you got to sign up for Privy. Please use my affiliate link, bit.ly/FDC Privy. I really would appreciate that, but you need this tool to really get started to find deals right there in your local market. They are there. You just gotta use them to find it and then analyze those deals with this code right here. I'd love to have you sign up as an affiliate and help you to get started finding deals right there in your market. Okay, let's head back here. So we have discussed everything we got to discuss today. We've discussed getting your mindset right, the small action that you need to take to get started in real estate investing, and the 4 best ways to get rich in real estate investing in 2023. Quick recap, you could be house hacking, wholesaling, you could certainly invest in a REIT, but most importantly, the quickest way to success and riches in real estate investing is unquestionably making the big money from buying properties under market and flipping them for the big bucks with a minimum profit of $25,000, which is what I offer in my coaching product. Please take advantage of that. Sign up for a coaching assessment call. Let's do that. In synopsis here, guys, just wrapping this up. Listen, if you're going to get going, you got to take the small actions that lead to the large actions, okay? And I want to be your coach. Everything that we discussed today will be found in the description below, so please get involved in the conversation. Join the Facebook group. I got a whole bunch of deal hunters, a couple of hundred of deal hunters now having real conversations in the Facebook group. I go live with a Q&A each and every single week, and of course, tune in every week right here on the podcast for more insights into the foreclosure investment world. With that, this is Donny Coram, your foreclosure deals coach. Thanking you guys so much for tuning in each and every single week to the Foreclosure Deals Coach Podcast, and reminding you once again, don't buy a house, buy a deal.